guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey if it's your first time here. So today I want to share with you guys some of my favorite fall rituals for self-love, and this definitely counts for winter too. These are things that I do to help me feel good, to really embrace the season that we're in. I'm in Arizona, you guys, and I kid you not, it is still 80 degrees, like 85. It hit 90 in the weekend, even though we're in November. When are we gonna get the cold weather? I'm excited for the rain. I'm excited for the cooler weather. In Arizona, we get like 6 months of heat and then like 6 months of really beautiful weather, a little bit of cold in there too. And so that's what it's like living in the desert. Drop me a comment. Where are you in the world? I would love to know. I love connecting with the season that we're in. I am an earth sign. My moon sign's an earth sign, and I just love merging with nature. Like whatever Mother Nature is doing, whatever Gaia is doing is what we should be doing because we're connected. It's gonna feel soothing to your soul. So I wanted to share some of these things that I do for self-care, self-love. Make sure you drop me a comment. Let me know, what do you do in fall and in winter to feel cozy, to feel good, to take care of yourself, nourish yourself. Yeah, so let's get into these. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is about scent. One thing that I love to do, a fall ritual for me, is to cook in the crock pot. Okay, and the beautiful thing about this is that it takes a long time and your whole home is gonna smell delicious. Okay, so get a recipe that you want to do. It could be like a soup, or it could just be a regular food that, instead of putting it in the microwave, instead of buying it already prepared, and don't do it the fast food version, do it the real, natural, slow way. And the benefit of this is that your entire home is gonna smell so good. Recently, I cooked black beans and I put them in the crock pot for like 7.5 hours. The aroma, like, it smelled warm and delicious. And so crock pots, like, cook all day. The longer the meal takes to cook, the better it's gonna taste. And so it's like I'll either eat raw or I'll want like a real home cooked meal. So it's gonna give you that delicious taste, and it reminds me of like the food I grew up on with my grandmothers on my mom's side and my dad's side. Like, it took a long time for them to make meals. Even on my mom's side, if we talk about, because we're going into the Christmas season, right? So like the tamales and things like that, they take days like to prepare, right? And so the longer your food takes to cook, the better it's gonna taste. And so get a crock pot. They're like 30 bucks on Amazon or Walmart, whatever. They're so worth it. And if you have to go to a job all day long, put it in, you know, before you leave, and let it go all day. When you come home, it's already cooked for you. So it's the easiest thing you can do, but it's just so rewarding. The food's rewarding, and you can make a big portion and save the leftovers. And so we're talking about like chilies, vegan or plant-based. I'd recommend soups, or like I said, I made beans. What do you make in the crock pot? Do you use one? Try it out. You're not going to regret it. When we talk about fall rituals and winter, we want to be eating the foods that are in season, the root vegetables. If you think about the earth, like what's actually growing in that time, and so that's what's going to be healthy for our body. That's what's going to taste good. It's just, it fits, right? And so like a little bit more hearty, versus in summer, it was like the watermelons, the grapes, and like oranges, citrusy things. But when fall time rolls around, winter time rolls around, I like to eat the root vegetables, and it has the more earthy taste. So things like, me personally, especially, and it's beautiful to connect to the foods that where you're located. So like I said, I'm in Arizona and I'm of Mexican descent and very close to Mexico. The foods I grew up on and the foods that I enjoy, they're healthy for my body. Plus I'm vegetarian, right? And so things like black beans in the crock pot all day, or potatoes, sweet potatoes. If you're into sweet potatoes, I'm not so much. Avocados, cannot live without them. And then like for protein, tofu, things like that. And so every single day, you guys, the perfect fall cozy breakfast. I've been having it. I could have it every single day. Let me know. Are you into sweet breakfast or like savory? For the longest time, I was into the sweet, but as I've been trying to move away from sugar, I've really adopted savory breakfast, especially like around 11 a.m. Waiting until your body is actually hungry to eat, and just hydrating before then. And around 11, what I'll do is I'll pre-cook some potatoes, like I'll boil some potatoes like on Sunday and have them in the fridge, right? I learned this from Plentiful Kiki. Her channel is really dope for plant-based recipes and meal prep, and she's also a mom, so she's taught me like how to eat healthy and have foods like already prepped for you, ready to go. So I boil some golden yellow potatoes, like a bunch of them on a Sunday, right? Until they're fork tender, and then I'll put them away in my fridge. So during the week, I'll take it out and I'll, put them in the cast iron with some olive oil, or if you want to use butter, seasoning them up, some salt, paprika, onion powder, things like that, and whatever else I've prepped. So I'll normally throw in some tofu for protein, and recently I've been into the black beans that are like slow cooked. Throw some avocado on there, and you guys, delicious. If you have salsa, even better. But you see how these are like earthy foods? They're hearty, they're warm, they're filling, and they're nutritious. And so the foods that we eat and slow cooking our food, and so our house is gonna smell warm, fall, cozy vibes. The veggies that come to mind in fall are like Brussels sprouts and asparagus, kale. But I have to look it up. I don't know if these are in season, but these are delicious vegetables to incorporate. You can roast them. With kale, honestly, I like to eat it fresh. You're gonna get the most nutrients if they're fresh. So with kale, just slicing it really thinly and throwing it into some water to cleanse it. I like to put like some lime juice or lemon juice and just kind of let it sit. It's gonna let the kale break down a little bit, and then you can just drain the water out and throw it on top of like a spinach salad, or throw it on top of that scramble, but put it in a soup. But you guys, kale, like that dark green, super duper healthy veggie, that's something I like to incorporate in winter time. So drop me a comment. What's your go-to meal during fall and winter? Is it a soup or what? So let's talk about aromatherapy. When we think about fall, I think about apples and pumpkins. Like those are probably the two main scents. Cinnamon is a big one, nutmeg, cloves. And so I love to have either a diffuser going in my home or candles, but just make sure that they're non-toxic. I know Myers makes a really good one. It's so tiny for like 12 bucks, but you want to make sure the wick is not toxic, and try to get a soy candle. Just read the label. If it's a bunch of artificial flavors, if it's not made with real oils or like natural ingredients, then I would just stay away from it. You don't want those toxic fumes in your home, especially if the windows are closed. I really recommend you like at least cracking a window even when you have a candle going, just like to keep the energy going, flowing, feng shui, right? But I love like apple spice. That has to be my go-to. At the same time, pumpkin is delicious, chai, cloves, so these warm, delicious scents, right, in tune with the earth. And so aromatherapy is huge in fall. This is something we can do for self-care and for self-love. Just something little that can make a big difference, boost our mood, and showing yourself like a little bit of luxury, a little bit of love, a little bit of just feel-good vibes. Oh my gosh, shout out to Plant You. I think that's her name here on YouTube. I have her cookbook. I got it last Christmas from my sister. Shout out to you, Lexi. I love that cookbook. It's amazing, and I follow her on YouTube, and you guys, she posted this video.
Stop throwing out those used lemon peels.
Instead, add them to a pot with some thyme, vanilla, and cloves. Simmer, and your house will smell like Williams Sonoma.
And it is so bomb. You have got to try this out. I was having company over and I did this. Get up, Follow this recipe. It's gonna have your house smelling so freaking good. So again, it's gonna boost your mood, make it smell delicious, and embrace the season that we're in, right? And so another thing we can do for self-care, for self-love during the fall season is to enjoy those fall flavored drinks, okay? So if you're into the warm drinks, I posted this video and it's so freaking delicious. Turmeric is a superfood. In fact, that cookbook I told you about inspired this recipe, only she put a few more things in there and I just left it at the turmeric and cinnamon with a plant milk of your choice. And of course, I'm a rock with oat milk because it's super bomb. But if you want to go even healthier than that, you can do coconut milk. Just make sure it doesn't have any fillers. And then at the very end, crack some black pepper in that turmeric drink. It tastes divine and it's a superfood. Like, it's a superfood. It's delicious, it's giving fall vibes, and the color, that golden yellow color, like, you have to try it. Another healthy warm drink we can have is ginger tea. And I'm not talking about a tea bag at all. I'm talking about getting ginger root and slicing it up and putting it into some hot water. And then you can either make it creamy and put a little bit of plant milk in there and leave it at that. Or if you want to just have it in more of a pure form, that ginger tea with like lemon, right? And a little bit of honey if you want to sweeten it, or maple syrup. We always want to lean towards the natural sweeteners and try our best to stay away from sugar, refined sugar, because it's just so horrible for us, right? But ginger tea, again, it's that spicy, warm, cozy, healthy drink that we can indulge in. If you're more into the colder drinks, then my go-to, if you've been around for a while, then you already know this, is the chai, the iced chai from Starbucks with oat milk. Okay. And do not add sweetener. I don't know how much sugar they put in it, you guys. It's literally a treat. If you're watching your sugar intake, then maybe don't get it. Maybe don't get more than a grande either, because the amount of sugar, most likely. Don't get it sweetened, but just ask for an iced chai, and I like it with oat milk instead of cow's milk. And it's delicious. It's a treat. It's fall vibes in a cup. Okay, and so shout out to the girl who put me onto that. Oh my God, super good. If you're into another cold drink, what can we have? Are you into the pumpkin lattes? The easiest way to mimic a Starbucks drink is just to use the natural flavor. So like, let's say I want to do a pumpkin iced coffee at home. I would brew some coffee, put it into a pot, take some natural pumpkin puree, put it in there, mix it together, let it boil, and add whatever flavors you want. You want a little pumpkin spice in there, you want some brown sugar, you want, make it at home and then let it chill, put it in the fridge, and then pour it over ice and you have a little pumpkin coffee vibe, right? So these are my go-to drinks during fall, hot and cold. Okay guys, so 2 more things for fall rituals, for self-love and for self-care. I know you're seeing this one coming, right? But I'm gonna just remind you, this is a gentle reminder to rest, relax, unwind, take it easy. Okay, and so we're living in a hustle culture, you guys, but I'm here to remind you there is no rush. And don't forget to enjoy your life. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Prioritize your needs, and a big need for us is rest. We're just moving too fast. We're go, 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 getting nowhere. Like, what are we chasing? Are we chasing money? Are we chasing who knows what? But it's important just to take time for yourself. If we look at the earth, she is instructing us, right? The sun is only available for so many hours. There's just more darkness on earth. And we want to rise, we want to adapt our bodies to the light on earth. And so when it's dark out, it's time to unwind. And when the sun's out, do your thing. let yourself rest. You know how we have Saturday and Sunday supposedly to rest, right? But how many of us actually do it? I'm a single parent, and so I have to hold it down, have a lot going on, but recently I let myself rest and I have to fight the guilt. And I encourage you, fight the guilt. Like, don't feel guilty for resting. Resting does not mean doing laundry. Resting does not mean scrubbing your floor. Resting does not mean grocery shopping. Resting does not mean taking your kid to a birthday party. Resting does not mean planning the rest of your year or even doing anything. Resting means stopping and being. We're human beings. We're not human doings. We're not robots. So this is about your feminine energy. This is about self-care and just giving yourself permission to rest. The world can wait, right? I made a video like this last year, and I'm just reminding us, as we move into winter time, let's remember to rest. And once again, it's permittable, it's encouraged, it's the time for it. You think about the animals and how they're hibernating, right? We can eat less of nourishing foods, like more hearty, which means we don't have to eat so much. We can eat less, but then also rest more. And I learned this from Mia Magic, you guys. I follow the dopest people on YouTube. Like, check out who I follow them too. But anyways, rest, unwind. Okay, so the last thing I want to share for a fall ritual, a winter ritual for self-love, self-care, is to remember to play. Remember to play. You guys, here's the thing. I tell my daughter all the time, I'm a mom to a 6-year-old little girl, and I tell her all the time that adults are kids that got taller, okay? Because I promise you, that's how it is. Like, we all have an inner child within us, and we've been conditioned to grow up, obviously, mature, obviously, but we don't want to lose that spark. And me personally, I've noticed that I'll have so many things on my to-do list, right? Virgo moon, so many things on my to-do list, so many things that are in my mind, and like playing is at the bottom of the list. And so I want you to put it at the top of the list. Put it towards the top. Put it at like number 3 if you can. During this season, it's a ritual. Be intentional and give yourself time to just play. What does that look like for you? Because for my 6-year-old, it means playing with her Barbie dream house, right? And she's throwing parties and they're having weddings and they're doing all the things that we do in real life, but she's using her imagination. She's allowing herself to be free. She's not judging herself. She's not in a rush. She's just being, and she's having fun. And so I encourage you to play. What does that look like for you? For some people, it's video games. For some people, it's sports. For some people, it's music. For some people, it's art. I love creating digital art. I love writing. I love music, singing, and just being. And so make this part of your fall ritual. Make time to play, you know, because again, I'll have it at the bottom of the list. She'll be like, Mommy, you want to play? And it's like, I'll think I have to do this is in plays like at the end. Like, we're not allowed to. We have more important things to do. We have to be adulting. But I encourage you just to allow yourself, give yourself some time and enjoy life, like the present moment. Especially if you're a parent, like our kids are growing up, like time is gonna keep moving. And so enjoy your kids at this beautiful age, because they're gonna get older and then eventually they're gonna be teenagers and they're not gonna have no time for you. So enjoy them if you have young kids. Drop me a comment, you know, take pictures, cuddle them, play with them, use your imagination, be silly, invent games, like tell them stories. Little by little, I feel like we're losing our imagination because there's so much technology on Earth that wants to like take our attention. How much are we focusing on technology versus all of the magic we have within us? And so separate from the technology and tap within and let your creativity soar. Like, you are magical, creative, powerful, amazing being. Like, you are talented. You probably have talents you haven't even tapped into. You are amazing. And so give yourself time to play. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no rush, right? And so that's what I encourage you to do. These are my fall rituals for self-love, winter rituals for self-care. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing, so much power on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoy self-love videos. I'll see you next time. Bye.
If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world.